If you've ever felt guilty, ashamed, or bad with money, this needs to be said first. It's probably not your fault. Most people aren't bad with money. They were taught rules that no longer work or never work to begin with. And then they blame themselves when the results don't show up. In this video, we're breaking down why you were taught money the wrong way, how those lessons quietly hold you back, and what actually makes financial sense today. Before we continue, if you want money advice that removes shame and replaces it with clarity, hit subscribe. Save money by cutting out small pleasures. You've heard it a million times, right? Stop buying coffee, skip the avocado toast, cancel that streaming service. The idea is that these tiny expenses are bleeding you dry. But here's the truth. Cutting out a $5 coffee isn't going to make you rich. Yes, small expenses add up, but they're not the real problem. The real issue is that this advice makes you focus on pennies while ignoring the dollars. Your rent or mortgage, your car payment, your insurance, these are the big rocks in your financial jar. A coffee habit costs you maybe $1,500 a year. A car payment you can't afford costs you $6,000 or more. Instead of punishing yourself by removing every bit of joy from your life, focus on the big expenses. Can you get a roommate? Can you refinance? Can you switch insurance providers? That's where real money gets saved. Plus, when you deny yourself every small pleasure, you eventually break and spend big on something you don't need. It's like extreme dieting. Deprivation doesn't work long term. You need a credit card to build credit. This one sounds logical on the surface. Credit cards help build credit scores, so you should get one, right? But what they don't tell you is that credit cards are designed to keep you in debt. The whole system profits when you carry a balance. You absolutely can build credit without a credit card. Pay your rent on time, pay utilities, get a credit builder loan from a credit union, or become an authorized user on someone else's account. The credit card industry wants you to believe they're essential, but they're not. What you actually need is a history of paying bills on time. If you do get a credit card, treat it like a debit card. Only spend what you have and pay it off completely every single month. The moment you start carrying a balance, you're playing their game, and the house always wins. Credit card debt has interest rates that can hit 20% or higher. That's not building wealth, that's funding someone else's wealth. A college degree guarantees a good income. This might be the most expensive lie we were sold. Go to college, get any degree, and you'll be set for life. Except that's not how it works anymore. College costs have skyrocketed while wages have stayed flat. You can graduate with $60,000 in debt and a degree that leads to a $30,000 a year job. Nobody tells you that before you sign those loan papers. The truth is, some degrees pay off and some don't. Engineering, nursing, computer science, these tend to lead to good salaries. But a general degree without a clear career path can leave you overqualified for entry-level work and underqualified for specialist roles. And here's what really matters. Skills and experience often beat degrees. Employers want to know you can do the job. Certifications, boot camps, apprenticeships, online courses, these can sometimes get you further faster and cheaper. I'm not saying don't go to college. I'm saying do the math first. Will your expected salary cover your loan payments and still let you live? If not, find another path. Trade schools, community colleges, self-teaching, all valid options that won't bury you in debt. Renting is throwing money away. People love to say that renting is wasting money and buying a home is always better. But that's overly simple and often wrong. When you rent, you're paying for housing. When you buy, you're also paying for housing, plus interest, property taxes, insurance, maintenance, and repairs. Home ownership is expensive in ways first-time buyers don't expect. A new roof costs $15,000. A broken furnace costs $5,000. These aren't optional expenses. Renting gives you flexibility. You can move for a better job, you're not tied to a neighborhood. And when something breaks, you call the landlord. Buying makes sense when you're settled, when you plan to stay somewhere for at least 5 years, and when you can actually afford it without being house poor. Being house poor means all your money goes to your mortgage, and you can't save, invest, or enjoy life. That's not wealth, that's being trapped. Renting isn't failure. It's often the smarter financial move, especially early in your career. Investing is only for rich people. This belief keeps people poor more than almost anything else. The idea that you need thousands of dollars to start investing is outdated. You can start investing with literally $10 now through apps and fractional shares. The stock market isn't some exclusive club. It's how regular people build wealth over time. Compound interest is your best friend. If you invest $100 a month starting at age 25, by age 65, you could have over $200,000, assuming average market returns. Wait until 35 to start, and you'll have less than half that. Time is more valuable than the amount. The reason rich people stay rich is because they invest. Their money makes money. Poor middle-class people were taught to save money in a regular savings account, earning almost zero interest, while inflation eats away at its value. You don't need to be a stock market genius. Index funds are simple, low-cost, and historically, they go up over time. Set up automatic investments and forget about it. Stop thinking investing is for other people. It's for you. It's how you break the cycle. You should always pay cash for everything. Some financial advice tells you to never use credit. Pay cash for everything, even cars. While avoiding debt is smart, this advice ignores opportunity cost. If you can get a car loan at 3% interest, but your investments are making 8%, it makes more sense to finance the car and keep your cash invested. Paying cash for everything means tying up money that could be working for you elsewhere. The key is good debt versus bad debt. A reasonable car loan that lets you get to work reliably. That can be good debt. A loan for a luxury car you can't afford. Bad debt. A mortgage at a low interest rate, while your money grows in investments? Often smart. If you're struggling, you just need to budget better. Budgeting apps and tracking expenses are helpful, but they can't fix low income. If you don't earn enough to cover basic needs, budgeting alone won't solve the problem. You need to make more money by asking for a raise, changing jobs, starting a side hustle, or learning new skills. Budgeting works best when you already have money to manage. Telling someone with no money to budget better doesn't help much. Sometimes the real issue isn't spending too much, it's earning too little. First, increase your income, then use budgeting to manage it well. Once you realize the problem wasn't you, everything changes. Money becomes less emotional, less confusing, and more controllable. Not because you suddenly got smarter, but because you finally learned the right rules. So let me ask you, what's one money lesson you were taught that never actually worked for you? Share it in the comments. If this video helped you replace guilt with understanding, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who's been blaming themselves for years. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.